Well, how y'all doing out there? It's PawPaw again. And let me tell you, I'm a happy man today because I am enjoying a Rainier beer sent to me by my dear friends in Salt Lake City, Utah. Salt Lake City, Utah. I've only had Rainier beer 3 times since I left Idaho in 1981. My in-laws brought me some whenever they moved to Tennessee, or when they come visiting from Tennessee one time. My daughter-in-law was born and raised up around Sun Valley, Idaho, and she brought me a 6-pack back one time. And then my dear friends in Salt Lake City actually mailed a 12-pack of Rainier to me. I'm not going to mention her name because I'd hate for them to get in trouble for mailing it in the post office. But I want you to know, I sure do appreciate everyone that sends a little something to old PawPaw. It means a lot to me. Well, and I reckon the reason I wanted to start off with that is it reminded me of when I was in Iraq, how much the people serving over there look forward to getting a little taste of home. Whether it was from mama baking their son some cookies or you know, some kind of snacks or whatever. You know, a little taste of home went a long way over there. And it just got me thinking about Iraq. And I just thought I'd share a little bit of my experience over there with you. I've got some pictures I'll disperse throughout this video here. It's not too many. It's just me posed outside of my shop. But one of the things I wanted to tell you about what we did while over there is we set walls. So we've been talking about the wall between the United States and Mexico. So I want to tell you about the walls that we did down in Iraq and Baghdad. Be right back. Well, right outside of the Baghdad International Airport was a concrete plant, and they had the molds and they poured these big, tall concrete barricades. And well, some of them were tall, some of them were like 6 feet, maybe 8 feet, 10 feet, and I think we were either setting 12 or 14 footers. I'm not exactly sure. But what we would do is we would take a crane, and I'm going to zoom in on this so you can see it. Now you'll have to imagine that this right here is 12 feet tall. So a man will stand there, man would only come up to about here. But we would set these with a crane that had rebar down through them. These was reinforced concrete, and we would pick them up with a crane and set them, and they were interlocking. See that right there? And what they would do then is you just set them side by side, and they would nest and form a wall to where that if a bomb was to, say, a mortar come in right here and explode, this would protect whoever's on the other side. So this is one of the things we did. We set hundreds of these things. We set them around what we call tent city, where everybody slept in tents. And then we'd go around different tents and we set these around groups of tents and just made all kinds of little boxes, you know, corrals with these things. Set them outside of chow halls and, you know, office buildings. I mean, this is what we did. This is one of the jobs we did while we were over there. And so I was awarded this. This was like a, I don't want to say a trophy, but it was just something to help me remember that I was there. And this is Baghdad 2008. And I received a coin. Anyway, I was at Sather Air Base, Sather Air Force Base, and it was on the military side of the airport. Anyway, a coin from a commander would go right into here. So you would have this back home with the coin in there to remind you of where you'd been and what you'd done. But I thought I'd show this to you. So, you know, we've been talking about building a wall between us and Mexico. Well, these were walls that we set to protect our troops from incoming mortar rounds. So, and of course they ended up being backgrounds for artwork, and you'll see on some of the pictures there. But anyway, I just thought I'd show it to you. That's one of the things we did. We just set them in there with a crane, lift it up, kick a little gravel under it, grab a rake or shovel and try to smooth it out, because you wanted them to fit in there tight. They didn't want to see any daylight. They want them to lay and have to take a level to them. Make sure they were plumb and level. All right. Well, thank you for letting me show this to you, folks. There's nothing real exciting. You know, I don't like to talk about any. You'll find a lot of people's over there have seen some stuff, experienced some things they don't like to talk about. So, but I know a lot of people are curious. You know, like to hear what went on, and this is just one of the things I thought I'd share with you. So, that's one of the jobs old PawPaw had over there in Iraq, was building barriers, barricades to protect our people. And sometimes a little bit of mortars would come in, you know, and things would go boom. But I was lucky. I was a very, 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 very lucky man. The whole time I was over there, I never had to point my weapon at someone, and I'm proud of that. I have nothing but respect for the young men and women that did have to, but I was fortunate I didn't have to. Anyway, say a prayer for everybody that's over there serving. It's because of them that we're able to sleep quietly in our beds at night and rest peacefully. If it weren't for those young men and women that's risking their lives so that we can live our lives, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't live in the United States of America. We wouldn't be speaking English, and we wouldn't have the freedoms we have today. So say a prayer for our troops. Y'all have a wonderful day and a better tomorrow. Bye, everyone.